Okay, the game's over, but now the buzz continues about the commercials.
Joining us to talk about the best and maybe the worst, if we get to it, is Michael Sadula, partner and creative director at Belter Lincoln here in Milwaukee. We've got a bunch of clips. We're going to talk about as many as we can get to, because we could talk all day about this.
We could talk literally all day. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
That's what they will be doing at work today.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about.
Which one did you like that was like the first one that you said, ah, this is it?
Well, you know, long story short, I think automakers were probably thumbs up, and beverage producers were probably a little thumbs down. The spots that come to the top were definitely the Audi, the courageous spot, the kid going to prom by himself, and the car gives him the courage to you know, to kiss the prom queen.
Oh yes, okay.
Very cute.
Right, and also the Ram truck spot, the farmer.
That was like, I was tearing up on that.
Yeah, the remarkable
that was good.
Paul Harvey. Like, who saw that coming? And once you hear that voice, the party that I was at, the room fell silent.
His voice is just one of those things. It is just like the undercurrent of our society.
Yeah, and that blended with these photographs were just remarkable. It was a moment. It was definitely a moment. The only drawback on this spot was there wasn't really a sales message tied into the spot. So you ask a lot of people today who it was for, they may not recall that it was for Ram trucks.
Oh, right, sure.
Right.
You know.
Right. They just know they felt good, and that was it.
Right. They can speak about the spot, but who made it? Big question mark. And another spot, of course, was the VW spot, which we spoke of before.
Right, with Casey Lewis, the one that we've had on Real Milwaukee before.
Yeah.
And that gets a big thumbs up.
That gets a big thumbs up. You know, it feels good. You know, it's a little disruptive, but in a good way.
Yeah, the Be Happy spot. This actually is the one where the guy from Minnesota is the Jamaican. Because
10,000 lakes, man.
That was the best line in it. You're exactly. When he did that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so good.
Right.
But the whole Be Happy concept was really good. Because I think that is kind of Volkswagen's plug. You know?
Right. It makes you happy. The Darth Vader spot from 2010.
Right.
Another spot that just made you smile, made you feel good about the brand, and involved the sales message. You know, push the product within the concept.
Right.
And what about any other surprises, things that you know, kind of stood out to you as what you didn't expect?
Well, the big surprise was like how poor the Coca-Cola spot was.
Really? The chase for Coke?
The chase for Coke, it came, you know, they tried to build this big epic thing around this big chase and vote for it. The spot, however, was kind of, you know, humdrum. And apparently they also had technical difficulties where people had problems voting.
Oh,
so
yeah.
who knows how many people's votes came through.
And then they got some backlash for being, you know, racist with the Arab person not being there. You can't vote for that guy to win, and then it was a stereotype. Well, they were all stereotypes, weren't they?
Right.
So,
yeah.
Crazy.
I love the grandpa spot. I know you had showed us the one before where he's out on the...
out on the
field,
rascal.
ripping it up, on the rascal.
Right.
But the other spots that came about were really good. Like this one where he goes out with his buddies and they're all...
Right,
and
this is kind of like the movie Cocoon on acid.
Yes.
They go out and tear it up. And
that is the pool from Cocoon, isn't it?
Right.
That is.
And Nicole, we found the taco.
We found
the taco was in there. It finally got at the end.
We finally found the taco. It's at the very end. What I really liked about this sales message was that they didn't really push it hard that they were at Taco Bell. Once they're at the restaurant, you don't see like a huge sign. You see them eating tacos. It seems like a very real moment.
Cops come by. They're all eating their tacos. It was very funny.
It was the greatest.
Yeah, no, it was. It was really funny. And it was like that whole live more thing is great. It's a good message for people too, you know, just to get out there and have fun.
Right. The only thing that I would take back from this is that you could probably put a Pepsi logo on the end of that spot and it might work too.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. So what is up with these people, the advertisers, they were not wanting to push the brand until the very end? Is that like the new way of doing it?
No, it's not. It's a concept that's kind of disconnected from sales, which is not the best concept. There are concepts like the Audi spot, where it's actually the car that gives the kid courage. You know, it's the car that isn't involved in the concept and the reason for all that's happening. And that is, not only a great concept, but a great sales message. And that's what we're here to do.
So when the product is connected to the good feeling, whereas the taco wasn't necessarily the reason for the partying old people.
Right. And the same with Ram trucks is that, it made you feel good, but who was it for? My wife didn't know this morning.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be for farmers or something, like farmers insurance.
I thought farmers insurance right off the bat,
something
because
like
it was farmer, but
but it was good. I could watch that again and still get to
it. It was emotional. It did feel good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Mike,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, Rob is taking us shopping the thrifty way. Cheap Thoughts are coming up next.